Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Vanessa Collins, joined by Katrina Ness. We are here in Sacramento at the Niello company's newest Porsche dealership, joined by Tully Williams, of course. And today we are going to be talking all about AI. We have Dave Perry as well as Ashley Norton from Blink AI and Derek Simons from Numa. This is a really exciting panel, Tully.
It's a great example, just showing the technology that are available today and try to ensure, because really what we're in, repeat referral business, and is drive without retention. And that's where these two companies can help you get that retention number. One, sure, to ensure customer satisfaction, which means customer supplies income, and two, ultimately drive repeat referral business retention. That's what it's all about.
Definitely, definitely. So, Dave, talk to us a little bit about what your company does in the retail space and automotive.
Uh, sure, Katrina. Blink AI is a customer engagement platform that's driven by AI. We focus a lot on automation using AI technology to try to infer what customers are looking for and to be able to handle that in the fastest way possible and to escalate up to humans when necessary. But by and large, try to have the AI drive a lot of the engagements, book the appointments, do the follow up, do the outbound recall for customers to basically increase the number of visits to the dealership. Basically, we're there to drive volume into the dealership.
Definitely. Ashley, do you have anything to add on what Blink AI does in retail automotive?
Yeah, I think something Dave says really well is that we all there's a lot of solutions out there that are fixing the phones, right? Because that is the number one problem in the service drive is the phones are ringing off the hook. Customers can't get in touch, but we start to solve that problem higher up with a more simplistic, easy for a customer to understand scheduling tool, so that we're not asking them for their year, their make, their model, their trim. We know all that information. We ingest that from the DMS. So we make it a lot faster for them to go ahead and schedule that appointment so that they don't have to phone into the dealership. NADA said that for every extra step you put in your scheduling process that a customer has to answer, you lose another 20% of the customers and they have to phone in. So we're solving it higher up and then also working, like Tully mentioned, with retention. Like retention is huge. And we automate those campaigns. And again, not sending them back to the scheduler to die. It's a one-click campaign to just get them scheduled and get them to the dealership.
Right, right. And you guys are working a lot with AI because that is the up and coming thing. And Derek, you are also using AI in your platform. So, how does Numa play a role in the retail automotive space?
So, if you look at Numa like as the parent AI, what Numa does is depending on what happens with the customer when they call in, Numa has different AI agents that it's going to engage with. We have an opportunity agent for, used car acquisition out of the service drive. We have an opportunity agent to help with upsells, right? We have an appointment agent that is, it's very interesting because one of the things that, agents are kind of a buzzword right now for AI. And an agent actually means that the AI has agency and it can make a decision of how to get to the end goal, right? So here's the start, here's the finish. And so, when we're talking about appointment setting, one of the things about appointment setting is that when a customer talks to our AI actually will make a decision. Should I text with it, the customer? Should I collect information and pass that on to a human at the dealership to help facilitate the scheduling, like you were saying, escalate it? Or do we automate it and then go ahead and push that through into the scheduler or the DMS? So there's a lot of things that are happening and it's happening really fast. And what's kind of cool sitting here on a panel with Blink is that I think that we both have the same view that any call that rings to the dealership that's not handled properly by the AI has to get escalated back up to the human at the dealership. Unfortunately, there's a lot of AI platforms that are out there today that we compete with in the appointment setting space that are black holes. That if you call into them and you don't schedule an appointment, nobody knows what happened. Literally, this is just gone. That customer evaporates. And we don't want that. Like that's a core tenet for us and for Blink is visibility, what's happening with the AI and the customer so that that human in the loop is engaged at the dealership, no matter we were successful or we didn't succeed in getting an automated appointment book.
So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll see.
now it's still early in 2025, and looking ahead, what future trends in automotive retail technology could influence your company's strategies and products? We can start with Blink AI.
There's so many things that are happening. It's really an incredible time in the space. One of the things that we think about is Today, when we're monitoring the phones, we're relying on the customer to come to us when say, look, I've got a problem, and then we try to direct them the right way. I think we can get ahead of that problem using AI because with telematics now, we can determine what's wrong with the car before the customer even knows and notify them that they need to bring their car in and go ahead and schedule a visit. So the phones are certainly important, and those are the obvious things in a dealership because they ring all the time and they annoy everyone. But we think the problem can be solved ultimately further up the value chain so that things are handled well before it demands a phone call. But certainly when that call rings, you need something there to answer it 24/7 and get it to the right place to get it handled.
Absolutely. Derek or Numa?
Connected car's huge.
Yeah.
So if you drive a Toyota, right, and you get in and it throws off a tire pressure warning light, right? That's an alert that's going to the dealership that they don't do anything about. And so unfortunately, a lot of dealerships are inundated by these malfunction indicator lights or status connected car lights, and they don't know how to handle that. So the AI is able to help with that in a lot of ways.
I'm going to catch on that, Joe. That is one of the most important calls you can ever get is the computer phoning home.
Yep.
And when we look at our BMW store, when you talk about that, we call every one of those calls. And those calls are 99% of the time we're going to make an appointment for whatever it is. Even if it's I'm going to fill up your tire because they all leak. But the goal is that if the car phones home, now how do we get that process to get the customer to come in? And that's where AI can help us get that product if you don't have a BDC or a backstop for that. Because if we get a call at 1 o'clock in the morning, I would love to respond to that and say you have an appointment tomorrow morning. Yeah. Versus calling in, so leaving a voicemail, and then we talk to you in the morning. So there's so many things the connected car can do. We just beg the OEM to give it to us.
Yeah. So less than 50% of connected car alerts that are generated today actually result in communication at the dealer level. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's not repetitive ones. That's individual connected car alerts. So it's crazy. There's so much that's happening, and to Dave's point, so fast in where we are.
Yeah, you mentioned the constant alerts, not even the repetitive ones. I mean, we have to use AI even in the BDC to aggregate that data for the BDC. We might be that first touch point, but if your car is constantly turning on and triggering that alert, it's really hard for BDCs, and BDCs want to do a good job.
Yeah.
Obviously,
They're just overwhelmed with the alerts.
yeah, they're just inundated, and a human cannot be as diligent and consistent with connected car telematics
Yep.
as AI could be.
And I want to say this. We're talking about phones going crazy. What service department doesn't want this? We want the customer to call it. The goal is that they complain that we get 2 phone calls, but then we don't get phone calls. Well, we don't have any work. We don't have any appointments. The goal is that if you have too many phone calls, you should be, oh my God, this is a great thing, unless they're all negative, right? The goal is that we want to help grow your store. And if you have a lot of appointments, bring it on. This is the best thing ever.
Yes. Lots of attention and growing your people and growing your processes and your vendors to help you, combat all those customers and actually receiving those phone calls instead of them, going into black holes. So we have 2 amazing AI vendors and partners sitting right here with us. Thank you guys so much for sharing this valuable information and these tips in our ever-changing industry. Stay tuned because we have a lot more to come with the Fixed Ops Roundtable.